Hello, beautiful love light. Welcome to my channel, Heart Rhythm Healing. I'm Jamie. I'm a certified Reiki master and self-proclaimed spiritual maestro. I view myself as a conductor of all of the energetics that exist all around us all the time. Welcome. And yeah, I'm also the founder and creator of my business, Heart Rhythm Healing. The whole idea behind that was helping each one of us to individually tune into the rhythm of our own heart. It is my belief that we are each individually equipped with our own ability to heal. We have the wisdom that we need to answer all of our questions, and we have everything that we need to follow that inner guidance into healing mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. It is not the way that conventional ways go about it at all. It is very self-guided. And I simply open sacred medicine space and allow for that powerful, potent, healing life force energy to flow to and through you, beautiful love light, to gift to you exactly what you need, specifically coded for you uniquely on purpose, for a purpose, for your healing within my sacred medicine space. And I do it every day, and I send it every week live in a group setting. And I would love for you to come. The link is in the description box below. It is called the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble, and you are welcome to come and go as you please. It's a $19.99 monthly subscription, and you can cancel it anytime you want to. Obviously, it will re-up every month, so it's your responsibility to make sure that you manage that. However, you can come and go as you please. Or I think if you pay for the whole, like a 12-month cycle, you get, I know, at least 1 month free, and I think it's actually a little bit extra when it works out. I like repetitive numbers, so I kept it as, I think it's like $222, and that's like a savings of like a little over $20 when you shake it out, right? Because it'd be $240 for the full year, so it's $222, so that's like a $22 savings, right? Anywho, so that's my plan. That's what I do, just to generate income, like a side income. Otherwise, I come in here to this space to learn right alongside each one of you. I've had some people share information with me. It gets me so excited. I love learning. I think that the most recent little nugget that a viewer shared, I believe it was Sandy. Oh my goodness. If I got your name wrong, I'm so sorry. Maybe it was Sherry. Shoot, my apologies. But it was about the yellow star being tied to a rabbit, and that it happened like either the same day or the day before we entered the lunar year, the Chinese zodiac of the water rabbit. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like how all of these like different ways of telling time come together in alignment. It's just so fascinating and really like synchronistic to me. It's super cool how all of these like different ways of thinking can converge. It tells me that it's on purpose, right? That there's something much larger than all of us guiding this entire existence, which I think is cool. I don't understand it. I could fear it, but I don't. I've really been working on, uprooting and weeding fear from the garden of my heart mind, and really seeking to plant, seeds of the consciousness, seeds of love and light and peace and joy. I remind myself every day on my phone. I have it's a vibrant picture that I manipulated it in a like photo editing app, of this, young woman standing in a field with the sunlight behind her, arms wide open. And I wrote on top of it, live in joy. Like, that's how I want to live. I want to live in joy. And I get to choose that, right? Like, and that's not to say that everything that happens in my life is joyful. It's not. However, I do everything in my conscious power to move my vibrational set point back into peace, love, light, and joy as often as I'm able to, right? Like honoring the feelings that I'm feeling in that moment, diving into my heart mind and finding, searching, exploring, what's the lesson in that for me? What are you seeking to teach me? What does life want me to learn? Because again, I really feel like this larger power, source is at play in all of this. There's a much, I guess, a larger hand is something, that in all of this that's happening. Do I understand it? Hell no. Not even like, nope, my finite mind, often I'm like, phew, that just is way outside of my like own finite brain understanding. However, I love the mystery and magic that it offers and provides. And when I look back on my life and reflect upon the things that have happened, positive or negative, good, bad, right, wrong, they've all gotten me right here, have built me into the, the, what do I want to say? The heart-centered, spiritually anchored, like divine union of the feminine and masculine energetics, right? Like it's not dialed in yet for me, but I feel it coming online, right? Like I feel those energies like fusing together within me. So it's still like it's like that like dance and courtship is happening within me, right? Like all of these things. Like I just feel like this human who's blossoming. I guess that's what's coming. The vision I just got was a flower, right? Like blooming. I think we mentioned it yesterday, right? Like the sun, the flower of the sun, the new flower of the sun, or the new sun of flowers. I can't remember what it was. Shoot, maybe I can pull it up really fast. It's on Astro Dream Advisor. I know that, right? I'm saying it like like we're in a conversation because we are. I feel that way. I wish people were here so we could chat. But it's all good. We're all exactly where we need to be. Okay, wait. How was that? No, it wasn't White Wizard. Blue Eagle? Yes, Sun of Flowers. It was the Blue Eagle. The Sun of Flowers, right? Like that just resonates with me. And I got to get to day 9. Are we at day 9 or day 10? Here we are. Ooh, I like this question for the day. All right, so I got to reset up, y'all. Bear with me. I try to get all set up before I come in here, but then sometimes my brain leads me to want to do different things while I'm here. And I follow that inspired, intuitive guidance. And I hope and pray and encourage you all to do the same. Follow your voice, your heart mind, your inner wisdom. Dive into it as often as you possibly can. Okay, so, I also wanted to mention, I know that most weekends I likely will not do these videos, at least not live. I'm open to pre-recording. However, I really do want someone to know if that's even something you're interested in. Like if you want me to do these day videos, I can do the weekend ones pre-recorded and then drop those on the weekend if that's something y'all want. But I really want to hear from you. The reason I'm coming in here is it's been a rainy weekend in my household. So yesterday it worked out for me to come in here, and today all my boys are watching football. And while I don't mind watching football, I would much rather come and hang out with y'all. that entertains me so much more than the modern day gladiators, right? Anyway, however, I am rooting for the 49ers. Anyway. But if you're an Eagles fan, that's cool too. I'm actually, it doesn't bother me. I'm not so locked into a team. Like I realize there's way more important things to get attached to, and I'm not attached to them. In fact, the reason that I am a 49ers fan is because the very first Super Bowl that I ever watched was in 1994. And guess who won that year? The 49ers. And so I've been a fan ever since. I just was like, okay, they're my team. Why not? There's stranger ways for people to pick a team, right? And oddly, I don't think they've won a Super Bowl since 1994. So maybe I'm a bad juju for them. Oh my goodness. My hair's bothering me. So bear with me. So anyway, so I normally won't come in here on the weekends. However, I might drop videos regardless. I would like your input on that if you watch this and would be willing to share with me, if you if you like these every day, like if you want me to do these daily, let me know. That little hair, oh my goodness. I have this new growth and it's not long enough to go into my pony. Whatever. So I'm a little goofy, I guess, with a little hair sticking out. That'll probably be one of my thumbnails for the YouTube video. Hair sticking out. Oh, yay. I love it. Okay. Let's start at the very top. So first and foremost, we are going through the Mayan Galactic Calendar. There's a link in the description box below if you would like to get your own calendar to follow along. We still have probably about 5 more months left, so it really is worth it to get it. There's a ton of information in it. So you're not just getting a calendar, you're getting again, like everything that I've been sharing these videos is all in the calendar. Like it's a wealth of information. And there's things that I haven't even touched on yet. I should probably go through and like highlight things that I want to pull in. And the cool part is the calendar does that for me because it has different like symbols and stuff to bring in. And so that like opens the door to share more information that exists within the calendar or online or from other resources, right? So that's cool. But the link to that calendar is in the description box if you want to get it. And there's a link to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia because Cassia is the reason that I even know about this way of flowing with time, spiraling through all of these wave spells over and over and over and really like learning about all of the 13 tones of creation and the 20 tribes. And as I've been sharing these videos, like that information is really like gelling within my electromagnetic field and energetic being, and it's super cool. Like the synchronicities and the things that are just like I like effervescing within me, like bubbling, right? Like I love that. So the thanks to a viewer, my red electric serpent friend, I know about the 13-year wave spell, this other spiral of annual time, which started 4 years ago. And it is the White Wizard annual wave spell. So for the next 9 years, we are going to be threading the code keys of the White Wizard tribe, of which I'm a part of. So I think it's super cool that like I was feeling very drawn and pulled to learn more about this calendar and share what I was learning with others while I was learning it. That's not like old Jamie. That's not the way I showed up in the world. I wanted to know my shit before I talked about it at all. Like I did not want to have the proverbial egg on my face, right? And what I'm learning is there's really no right or wrong. It's all personal association, insight, interpretation, like intuition, right? Like whatever comes up for you within these energetic codes. Yes. Yes, that's, it's run with that, see where it takes you, pull on that thread and let it guide you. I mean, so it's really cool, like that I've been learning as I've gone through this whole process, more about me, that you don't have to know everything in order to just start something, to just share what's on your heart, mind, and what you want to share with other people. Just share it, right? Like with no other motive but to share it. That's really all. And of course, I want y'all to know about my healing space because I want all of us to raise our vibration and heal. But I don't care if you stay here and only here. That's awesome. I freaking love that you're coming into this space more than you know. But I also want you in the other space. For sure I do, because I want us all to heal and elevate. And it's something that we need to do on a regular basis. Healing is not a one and done. Just like the time that we spiral through our healing. Different things come up for us that we have to like take a look at. And we need that space for ourselves, right? And so that's all I provide. And again, I want to make it super affordable for people. I'm tripping over my words. Mercury's not even in retrograde, y'all. No planet is in retrograde right now, which is super cool. We have this really like awesome forward movement energy. So if there's something in your life that you really want to initiate, now's the time. Let's go. Okay, so we're spiraling through this White Wizard annual wave spell that kicked off 4 years ago. I think it's really cool that me, a White Wizard, has this like impetus to be like, okay, we're doing this thing. But those code keys are enchants, receptivity, and timelessness. And the enchant is this idea of gaining, clarity within and alignment with your thoughts, words, and actions, right? Like really bringing all of those into integrity and harmony and alignment with who you truly are and what you really want to like bring into your environment. Like, how do you want to be? And then just be it. And that starts with, what are you thinking? What are you speaking? For sure, there's power in that spoken word. It's like the vibration of that is amplified, right? Like your thought energy has a vibration and it moves out and people can pick up on that. But when you speak, I mean, again, you can think what you want about this book, but creation began when God spoke. Think about that. In the Bible, it says, God spoke and said, let there be light, which is why like our entire existence is vibration, sound, speaking, right? Vibration and light. So wild. Again, you can think what you want about that book. I have, I'm not married to it one way or that, like, I think it's just a really important ancient text for us to utilize on our journey to enlightenment, wherever each one of us is going. And I think it's individual, right? Like, I think that we all have our own individual pathway. Like, I have no problem with what people believe at all in any way, shape, or form. Not at all. You have a right to believe what you believe, for sure. Just don't harm. Just don't harm other people, right? Like, be loving and caring and compassionate and kind and generous. Be filled with high vibrational consciousness and light. Of course, that's my belief. So, and if you're here, you probably believe the same or similarly, right? Okay. Wow. How did I get there? So that brings us receptivity. Like, what are you filling your vessel with? Especially like on a vibrational conscious level. Like, what are so the word that I was struggling with, whether it was yesterday or the day before, was thought forms. It came to me. I was like, that's what I want. That's what I was thinking about. Thought forms. Like, what are your thought forms? And are they serving you? And if not, what do you need to do to rescript it and reprogram that is the most important thing. My recommendations are write it down, like, because the act of writing also, like when you physically put pen or pencil to paper and write, you are imprinting that into you at a cellular level. And I would read it, put it in your phone. I believe most phones, or you can download a free app that has like a voice note or a voice memo or some recording system. And then every day, as often as you think about it, listen to your voice coding into you your affirmations, mantras, who you are here to be and what you want to do. Remind yourself of that as often as you possibly can, in whatever way makes you feel light and expansive and vibrant and joy-filled, love-filled, gratitude-filled, peace-filled. Like, stay in that lane, and whatever brings you those feelings, that's what I would roll with. And then timelessness. This idea that time is flowing and like all things are happening all at the same time, because this moment is it. This is what we have. This is reality right here, right now. This is the moment. And that's all we ever have. The past is done. We can't change it. We can change our association to it. We can change our attachment to it. We can change the stories that we're telling ourselves about it, and we can make those stories more empowering. We can sit in the space of forgiveness, because really what we're doing is forgiving ourselves, right? Like, you don't have to sit in front of someone and say, say, hey, I forgive you. No, 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 no. That's not what forgiveness is about. Forgiveness has nothing to do with the other person or the situation. Nothing. It has everything to do with self. Allowing yourself to release your attachment to that thing and forgiving yourself, forgiving them for whatever comes up for you, right? Just to be in that space of, I release myself and you from that event, that energetic anchor and attachment that's locked into your code. I have the idea of like Norton antivirus or McAfee antivirus, like going through and like removing that malware that's in your system. The idea of coding really as for within our DNA, that just resonates with me. So I'm going to use that a lot. I don't necessarily believe that we're machines. However, we are coded in our DNA. And I think that that's why we've created computers with coding. Like, we are now the creator of that technology, and we're actually like passing that on to and creating possible technological beings, which is really exciting and really terrifying all at the same time, right? Like, I don't know, but we're here for it. Like, whatever happens, like we're all here for whatever's about to happen, right? Whatever we unfold into. But like, in the future never comes, right? Like, the future never happens, because all we have is now. This is it. Like, we can plan for things, right? But the reality is, now is what we have. So let's enjoy this moment and be in our highest vibration in this moment. And that is what the White Wizard is teaching us, right? Align and harmonize your thoughts, words, and actions. Receive from above and below everything that you need in order to allow for that alignment and harmonization to happen, so that you are full of all the goodness that is all around us all the time, that you can tune into whenever you want to. And then the timelessness to know that this is it. This is what you got. This is where we are. This is time. What is it? Time immemorial, right? Every moment. And you get to pick and choose what you want to think and feel within that moment all the time, over and over and over again. It's super cool. So that flows into that 13-year wave spell. We have flowed through about 4.5 years, right, of that White Wizard wave spell, which has brought us to this beautiful, generous, divine present moment of existing underneath the red self-existing moon year that we currently find ourselves in. The red moon tribe brings the code keys and qualities of purifies, universal water, and flow, all very feminine qualities, in my opinion. And then it is juxtaposed with the self-existing tone of creation, which is define, measure, and form, which to me are very masculine. And so I think that that's also super important and critical for the time that we are currently spiraling through, where that divine feminine, those energetics are flooding and flowing upward to meet the sacred masculine that's been so potent and prevalent for so long. And I'm excited for it. And I can feel that like balancing beginning to happen, right? Like that things have been like in upheaval for a few years now, and it's probably going to continue for a few more, but man, that it's going to flow together. It's going to be super exciting to see how it all comes together. And my hope and prayer and intention is that more and more and more light workers will begin to become aware of who they are and their power and our ability to create on purpose, intentionally, dialing into our heart minds and knowing that first and foremost, we have to get honest about the world around us, right? Like, we have to be honest with ourselves to the best of our ability, right? Like we have a logical mind for a reason. Facts exist for a reason and they matter. They are important. And what we feel about that stuff, that's our responsibility. We have to unpack that. We have to travel through all of that trauma, those triggers and trauma responses that we have. And again, it's not fair that we were traumatized. I have my own trauma that I've been unpacking for sure. And it's not fair, but it's also not fair to continue to traumatize people by avoiding and ignoring facts and what's actually going on in the world, right? Like denying reality. I don't think that that's personally, I don't believe that that is in alignment and harmonizing with your highest expression of self, because I believe your highest expression of self is redonkulously intelligent and logical. There is logic and order within our universe. That's on purpose, for a purpose as well. But we get to flow and like feel our way through the logistics of all of that, which is super cool too. But we create that and we have an impact in that world, but we have to be honest with one another and we have to be honest with what's happening in the world. And for whatever reason, like a lot of people, the truth triggers them. Like they don't want to see it. And it's really intriguing to me, right? And I don't mean like, I believe that we each have our own individual truths also. But there are like facts is what I should say, not necessarily truth. Like people get triggered by facts is what I should say, not truth, facts. Because truth is more of this like elusive, subjective type of equality, right? Like there's my way of viewing truth is there's three sides to the truth. There's your side, my side, and what actually happened. And or multiple sides, right? Like so if 5 people witness something, you have 5 different accounts of what happened. Well, 6, because you have their eyewitness testimony and then what actually happened. But even if like you have a video of what happened, every observer who watches that video is going to see something different, right? Because we have this subjective truth that exists. Like our perception impacts the world around us. So that's all I mean. Like, I'm not talking about like there's just this one truth that all of us need to know, but there are facts and we have to look at the facts in order for each one of us to make sound, logical decisions, especially collectively. So I hope that makes sense for everyone. Wow, y'all, this is fun. I love doing this. I could sit and talk into a camera forever because I think about this stuff again, I love my logical mind. I love the sacred masculine aspect of me, but oh my goodness, I also just treasure the divine feminine essence and feeling aspects of me, which are way more prevalent. I'm a very feely intuitive. I'm a Cancer sun and a Leo moon, water and fire, ruled by the moon, ruled by the sun. And Leo is also an intuitive sign, but Cancer is, the watery, emotional quality, very nurturing, loyal, mothering, loves to, bring everybody like, come on, you're like, come on, we can all get along. We're all family. That's me. And then also I'm Leo where I'm like, hi, I'm here. Pay attention to me. So again, I could do this all day. It's like my own stage. My Leo is like purring inside of me right now. Anyway, so that is the red self-existing moon year that we currently find ourselves in, that 4th tone of creation within that white wizard wave spell that we're currently spiraling through. Next up, we have the 65-day season that is coming to an end, y'all. I cannot believe that we are turning the calendar page into February. Like that's the January is like coming to an end. Crazy to me. Anywho, we're coming in. So February 3rd is when the 65-day season shifts into Castle of Time. Sorry. My mistake. The 65-day season we flowed into last Monday, January 23rd. Or is that right? Nope. A week ago Monday. Two weeks ago from tomorrow, if that makes sense. This is the 23rd, into the white northern dog season of heart, where we are diving into and unpacking things from our emotional body, our feelings, and what they're seeking to teach us about ourselves. Like really recognizing those triggers and getting crystal clear about the lessons that they have for us. Because our triggers are not about the other person. They're all about us. Everything is about us, right? Like, it's so funny. I grew up where over and over I heard, it's not all about you, Jamie. It's not all about you, Jamie. It's not all about you, Jamie, which is true. It's not all about me. I get that. There is a collective quality to society, and make no mistake, I have taken that to the extreme where I cared way more about other people than I did. I was so void of self. It was really sad. And I was left, empty and just depressed and angry and bitter and dejected, because I just everything was about it. It wasn't about me. And what's funny is it is all about you. It is. It needs to be all about you. Not totally, like, don't go to narcissistic levels, right? But if you are not full of yourself, like your true highest expression of self, that essence self, what the fuck are you full of? Right? Like, no, like it is all about you. And as you really tend to and nurture and give you all the things that you need, it will begin to flood and spurt out. Like, I always get this vision of a fountain. Just, you're so full of everything that it just comes up and it sprays out of your crown chakra onto all of those around you. But it's goodness. It's love and light and peace and joy and bliss. Right? The really beautiful qualities of life. And that comes from really taking this 65-day, white northern dog season of heart, really allowing those energetics to like steep into us, to sit with all of our emotions, to look at them and explore them and dive into them and learn from them. So I'm feeling like I should read the White Dog Code Keys right now. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to roll with that little intuitive nudge. So it's loves, heart, and loyalty. Unconditional acceptance. The heart's nature is unconditional acceptance. So how can you get to a place and a space of unconditional love and acceptance of yourself? Because as you learn and understand you and begin to fully and unconditionally love and accept yourself, you will naturally begin to have that desire to love, understand, and accept others. Because you're not going to require them to dance for you, to make you feel anything, because you begin to become aware of the fact, like, they don't get to control how I feel. That's my decision. And so when someone says something, you're better equipped to like sit with, like, to hear it and be like, huh, okay, that was interesting. Like, why do you think that? Right? Why is that the idea coming up for you? Or, I feel like maybe I'm being misunderstood, but I want to make sure that I'm understanding you first. Right? Because again, like, you're good. You don't need anyone else to, like that song, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Oh. That, dance for me, monkey. No, you dance for you. You do what you need so that you feel solid and secure. And I promise you, you're going to help others to be able to do the same, right? So it's love's, heart, and loyalty from that white northern dog season of heart that we're traveling through. That brings us to the 52-day castle of time, the green central castle of enchantment. We have just a few days left. Let me look. We have, oh my goodness, I don't even know where we are, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days left. In 5 days, we're going to turn over into the red. What are you? What are you? Red Eastern Castle of Turning. If anyone knows anything about that, let me know. I haven't looked into it yet, but I know that I need to. So I'm prepared for our session coming on February 3rd, Friday. I have 5 days. So we are that, again, enchantment. I went into that with the white wizard. So we're good there, right, on what that means. So that brings us to the lunar cycle. We are in the resonant moon of attunement. We have about a week left of this resonant moon of attunement before we spiral into the 8th tone of creation, which is the galactic moon of integrity. That sounds exciting. All right. Though the code keys of the resonant moon of attunement are channel, inspire, and attunement. What are you channeling? What inspires you? How are you attuning your vessel, and to what? What are you tuning into on a regular basis? I would like to encourage you to tune into your heart. Tune into the rhythm of your heart. That's where your inner wisdom and egg of inspiration reside, really. I don't know why egg. I don't know where that came up from. Anyway, whatever. Which brings us to the 13-day wave spell that we're in, the yellow star wave spell that, kicked us into the year of the water rabbit. So the yellow star code keys are beautifies, elegance, and art. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more days of the yellow star wave spell. And then we're going to flow into the red dragon wave spell. Kind of exciting. How are you adding beauty and elegance to life? And how are you creating your time as art? We have a few more days. Let's see. And then today, the yellow solar warrior is our day that we find ourselves in today. I do believe I went through everything. I hope I didn't miss something. I wouldn't put it past me. Our yellow warrior is the 16th tribe out of the 20. Yellow is associated with the direction south. So where I'm sitting, it's behind me. And the code key ripens. So something, again, mentally, emotionally, energetically, spiritually, physically, is ripening. There is fruit that is ready to be harvested at some level in your world today. I encourage you to dive in and discover what that might be. And if you cannot bring it to your consciousness, that's okay. Know that something is coming into its fullness today, which is super cool. Because again, it's all energetic. The code keys of Yellow Warrior are questions, intelligence, and fearlessness, which I love because we were talking about that logical side of what makes us us, right? Logic is not a bad thing, right? So question everything, y'all. Literally everything. And find the answer. Don't just question it. Seek out the answers. When you have questions in your heart mind that bubble up, find the answer that makes the most sense to you. Anyway. All right. The quote comes from, oh my goodness. The quote comes from Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche. And I'm pretty sure that he is a Zen master, I do believe. I think that I've kind of heard a little bit more about him since diving into this. Quote, fearless is not a reduction of fears, but rather the capacity to go beyond fear. So what I always tell my boys is feel the fear and do it anyway. Going beyond fear begins when we examine our fear. In the Shambhala tradition, discovering fearlessness comes from working with the softness of the human heart. End quote. I love that, y'all. Okay. The spirit of the yellow warrior invites us to access divine guidance. Yes. Circulate fresh analysis of our convictions to assure they represent our truths. Confront uncharted terrain. Exercise keen awareness. Embrace challenge by recognizing it as the ever present gift of growth. Understand obstacles as opportunities to strengthen ourselves. Apply mindfulness, precision, and will. Question all appearances. That's interesting. Question all appearances. For some reason, I just had a flash of that image of the like side view mirrors, right? Where it says that objects may be closer than they appear or further than they appear. I think closer than they appear, which is like that for whatever reason that popped into my mind. Maybe that will resonate with somebody out there as a visual, but yeah, question all appearances, right? Things aren't always what they appear to be. Question all appearances, reference points, and information to gain deeper insight and intelligence. Question and confront fears in order to realize their hold and transcend them. Apply one-pointed focus and determination in cautiously proceeding towards goals while remaining unweighted by expectations. A warrior's strength is in how she responds. How will you channel the power of the yellow warrior? The yellow warrior glyph symbol resembles as a shield communicating. So I'm going to show you. That's the symbol. So that's a shield communicating. You are an agent of cosmic forces. Be at home in the cosmic ? Integrate the three forces of mind, will, and spirit to pick up the staff of galactic empowerment. Love it. So now we're going to move to the solar tone, tone 9. Right? Yep, tone 9. The 9th tone of creation is the solar tone. The code keys are pulse, realize, and intention. The quote comes from Gary Zukav. That's Zukav. And the quote is, from the perception of the multisensory human, the intention behind an action, the intention behind an action determines its effects. Every intention affects both us and others. Right? Everything matters, y'all. And the effects of intentions extend far beyond the physical world. Aho, for sure. End quote. Okay. Tone 9 pulses the power of intention. Here we awaken to the realization of the universal mind, which precedes and directs all manifestations of our physical world. We see the nonlinear emanations of consciousness which uphold this reality. We understand that information is perpetually sent and received by our biopsychic circuitry every moment, whether we are aware of the experience or not. As the ancients say, whatever you put your attention on, quote, whatever you put your attention on grows stronger in your life, end quote. Solar tone challenges. Harness energy information by directing it. So the challenge is to harness energy information by directing it. All right, I'm gonna appeal to all y'all listening if you're still here, because this has been a long one. So thank you for being here. What does that mean to you? Like, how would you like directing energy information? What does that look like to y'all? I'm trying to wrap my mind around that right now. What does that mean to you? Share with me. I'd like to explore some of what y'all are thinking. Again, harness energy information by directing it. Pulsing is a way to amplify or communicate using mental, emotional, and spiritual energy united. Exercise your natural ability to be in telepathic contact. It requires clarity, connection, and like our body's pulse, a steady, streaming surge of energy. Realize your vast capacity to broadcast your truths, both subtly and physically. That's the solar tone. Interesting, y'all. It's getting dark here. I have a light on, but it's getting really, we have that mood lighting coming back, right? Let me in. All right, so we are going to read the affirmation for the Yellow Solar Warrior day that we're in today. The daily affirmation is in the description box if you want to follow along. And then after that, there's also a link to the Yellow Star Wave Spell that we're in, to the Astro Dream Advisor website. And we're going to go through day 9, the question, and then the kind of like deeper dive into the Yellow Warrior qualities. So if you want to follow along with that, you can click on that too. Okay, so I pulse in order to question, realizing fearlessness. I seal the output of intelligence with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of free will. So again, that free will power is coded into the energetics of today. It's found on the calendar, the Yellow Warrior day that we're on right here. Right here, guided by the power. You probably can't read that. Power of free will. So that is where that's found on the calendar, in case you're curious. That's where that comes from. So I pulse in order to question, realizing fearlessness. I seal the output of intelligence with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of free will. That is our daily affirmation for today. The question for day 9, again, that link is in the description box, is how do I shine the light for others? How do I shine the light for others? And honestly, this isn't on here, but I would encourage you to even like, how do you shine your light for you? Right? Like, kind of, because maybe that will lead you to, well, if I know how to shine the light for me, how can I transfer that into how do I shine the light for others? Is really why I'm seeking to have you answer. Like, look at it both ways, right? Like, if it makes more sense for you to look at it, how do I shine the light for others? That might be insight into how you yourself can like shine your light more effectively, right? Or vice versa. If you know or understand why and how you shine your light more effectively, then how can you translate that into helping others? That makes sense. Yellow Warrior qualities: grace, trust, inner voice, fearlessness, courage, cosmic consciousness, high standards, galactic conduit, mystic transmission, divine communication, golden pillar, ferryman's staff, reception, intelligence. Yellow Warrior is a conduit for cosmic communication, offering access to the universal web of consciousness. This is the web of the Mayan mystic spider that weaves intergalactic threads, the conduit of interconnected consciousness. Yellow Warrior is the spider in the web, the grid connection for divine communication. Receive these ripples of knowing from Yellow Warrior's web through the central axis in your spine, your staff. Accept this gift of knowing in grace, as you would receiving the morning light by turning your face to the sun. Grace is an unexpected touch, a blessing given in love, a natural gift from the universe. Use the power of love like an electrical current to serve the light. Oh, I love that. I'm going to read it again. Use the power of love like an electrical current to serve the light. Open fully to feel and receive it. The number for Yellow Warrior is 16, the number of unity with the cosmic foundation of resonant evolution. As you embody the ferryman's staff, you become anchored in your connection to cosmic consciousness. Holding within you the foundational steps of the Trinity, you carry the Christed One into the world. As a living mystic, you are the conduit of the spiraling galaxies that creates a union with cosmic consciousness. 16 may also be seen as the beginning of another octave, a higher octave characterized by organic balance and the new earth under your feet. Y'all, that was delicious. I really enjoyed reading that one. That's super cool. I want to read that. I want to read this one again. Use the power of love like an electrical current to serve the light. Open fully to feel and receive it. Receive that light. Use the power of love like an electrical current. Love it. This was a long one today, y'all. Guess I had some stuff to say today. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Please, if you have things that you want to say, I want to hear them too. Like it's not all about me, even though it is all about me, right? Like, so please, if you have things that like bubble up for you, please share them. I want to know what you're thinking and feeling about these broadcasts. So comment in the chat or however you comment on YouTube. Please do that. I invite you to begin the conversation with me. Please do. I want to hear from you. If you have watched this entire broadcast, oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you so very much. If you liked it, do me a favor and just click that thumbs up for me. That would be really awesome. Or you can subscribe to my channel or, hit the bell if you want to know when I go live to learn more about these the galactic calendar energy and the days as we, tick them by. And again, if y'all want me to, if you want these done daily, let me know. I might not be able to come in here live every day, but I would be willing to kind of take a look at my week and decide, okay, what days am I going to be able to go live and what days do I need to pre-record so at least I can publish a video in this space. If you want me to do these daily, I want to know that. And I'll do my best to honor that. I'm not necessarily going to be perfect at it, but I'll certainly give it my best shot. But let's see what else. Oh yeah, there's other ways to connect with me in the description box below. I already talked about the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble, which is my subscription-based healing, energy healing, online sacred medicine space. And the harmonic.us is my other free space. It's my own personal community that I'm building. I would love to have you over there for, again, this is YouTube community. And for whatever reason, if they decide that my content is outside of their community standards, at least we can connect within the harmonic.us. So come on over there. That's a way for us to stay connected if that's something that you're interested in. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram. I have links below. But again, I just love and appreciate the fact that you're here with me. Time is our most precious and creative gift that we can share with one another. And I so appreciate and do not take it lightly at all that you show up in this space, whether live or afterwards. It means so much to me, and it really does matter. It really does. And so thank you. From my heart to yours, right? The light in me honors the light in you for sure, always. I just love and appreciate you. And until we meet again, beautiful love lights. Always, always, always. Go shine that light. Mwah. I love you. Bye.